Alright, we're starting the third phase. So we started off with a very coarse grit. As I keep on showing, is the coarse, stage 2, a little bit finer. And then we're going to the third stage. As you can see, it kind of sticks everywhere inside. It's very, very fine, and it gets everywhere. So just be careful with that. Wear safety glasses, because that stuff blows around very easily. And I wanted to show how the material is progressing as it's going through all the different stages. And these minerals look very nice. They're getting very to the final stage. And we're going to continue on. I did some mass measurements, weight measurements, and I'm going to show how they're changing with regards to that. But I would like to thank Kingsley North and also all of you. Thank you. And please subscribe. Please pass and give comments. I want to grow the community and give a very good positive feedback from everyone. And please send your pictures. I want to see how your minerals are changing, your rocks. And maybe we'll do a little slide presentation with all your minerals. But just send me what you have with your pictures of your rocks, and let's have fun. Alright, thank you, and have a great time tumbling, and welcome to the High Desert Treasure Hunters. Alright everyone, are you ready for stage 2? This is the first batch I was doing for the video series, and we did 1 week of tumbling and it didn't suffice, and then we did another week with Old Meeser and pulling out some of the beads, and it came out a lot better. So now we're at stage 2. This is the little bit finer grit, so you get to see how it came out. Okay, that frothiness is pretty good to see. It's always encouraging. And let's see how the grit looks on the bottom. So right there you can kind of see that it is was used. It's a little bit finer, so that's great to see. We didn't use all of it. Like I said, we probably wouldn't use all of it, but it's good to have too much than too little in this case. So let's set that off the side, and let's clean these rocks off, these minerals. You can see that they're really starting to show their characteristics. You can probably tell from this is the iron part kind of washed away a little bit, and that's the cat's eye. And so what we're doing is we're cleaning it all off. They feel a lot smoother for sure. And they're just getting down. The next stage is the pre-wash or pre-polish. And so we're pretty much in our final form. And we gotta make sure we clean out any of these little grooves out. But you can see that everything's just coming out really nice. It's getting well-rounded, and that's what we want to see. Even in this, you can see the characteristics so much more clearly. And there's a little bit of grit right there. I probably should have showed you, but I cleaned it out. But everything's looking a lot better. Even with this, let's see if you can see it. You can see that the characteristics are outstanding. This is the sea jasper. This is the bloodstone. It's coming out pretty nice. The leopard skin. The moonstone. Yeah, you can start seeing that little glimmer in that. I don't know if you can see it, but it's coming out. The characteristics are really coming out on all the different minerals. And that's what we want to see. We want to see that. So I'm going to rinse these off, and I'm going to bring it to my other bucket over here. Since I already kind of rinsed off a lot of the grit and everything, I'm going to bring it over to the next, over here, and do the final cleaning. And over here I will use my toothbrush and clean out a bunch, mainly in that little spot. Like I pointed out before, there's these little grooves that we need to clean out. And that is where I'm going to see most of the grit. And so all you do is use a toothbrush and you polish. And you not polish, but try to get it out. Some of them are pretty deep, so I'll have to kind of pick it out. But you want to make sure all the grit is gone on each mineral before you go to the next stage. And that's really key. But it's looking really nice. Look at the fluorite here. Isn't that amazing looking? That's looking really good. And this was actually pretty dull after the first. Yeah, it shrunk significantly because this is the softest material that I have. And a lot of people say mineral hardness makes a big difference when you're trying to polish. But if you put the beads in, it helps significantly. Yes, you should take that in consideration, but it's not a game changer. There, that's pretty nice there too. That's the fluorite. And this is the amethyst. But it's looking really good. I'm really happy with what I'm seeing. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish and use my toothbrush and clean out any more of this, and then I will show you what they look like underwater and also on the cloth with the UV light as well as with light. Alright, see you soon. Alright, look at these minerals. Look how they changed. They're looking amazing. All the sharp edges are pretty much minimized, and everything's just kind of rounding out. So we're going to be starting the next phase, which is the pre-polish. Well, I wanted to show you what they look like, and at the end I'll show the mass difference between them, and based off their weight. And let me turn off the lights, and let's turn on the black light. Let's see if we see anything significant. We're starting to get down. I would expect some in here. You can see a little bit. Let's see if I can get it just right. You can see just a little bit in there. Alright, so this is what the minerals look like, and let's go to the next phase. Alright, hello everyone. I'm on stage 3. You can see my canister's empty. I have it labeled. And we're going to do the same process as I demonstrated in the previous videos. But I'm going to put, again, on the bottom, some beads, or the pellets. Not much, just the same amount as before. Put the minerals in. As you can see, I rinsed them off. And that is what they're looking like when they're wet. And that's what we want to see when they're fully polished. Kind of the wet look. And you'll notice that the canister is not going to fill up as much. And when you get to these later stages, it's more important for these beads. Again, I like putting a little bit in the middle there, and you can see how smooth and fine that is compared to before. And I'll show you a little bit more in the video. It was shown in the previous part at the beginning. So I'm going to put one nice tablespoon for now. Put some more of my minerals in. Now I want you to notice how empty it is now compared. When I first started at stage 1, it was pretty packed in there, and now it's getting a little bit smaller and smaller, and you can see that let's add our last two. And this will be the last time we put the old Meezer in to help carry the grit. And we're just going to put 1 teaspoon in. So this is a half. I like having a little bit more control. And there's that. So they're very fine everything. This is 600 grit silicon carbide I put in. Let's just add a little bit of that. And now we just fill it up with the remaining water. Alright, that looks pretty good to me. Let's close off this before I knock it over. I've seen some people actually have a spoon and kind of push it down, kind of mix it a little bit at this stage, because it's a little bit easier. Again, check the edge, make sure there's no grit, no pellets, nothing in that. Let me just button up the hatches. Put our lid on. So stage 3. And there we go. I like keeping on its side like before, but you can see how loose everything is in there. You can really hear it. And like someone mentioned before in the comments, putting a window here, seeing how it moves, can give you a lot of benefit. That's with the plastic, clear plastic. And you just cut it out based on your diameter here. But I'm going to leave it here and see if it leaks. And then I'll tighten it, and hopefully everything's good. I don't think I'll have a problem, but you never know. And thank you. Add more comments. You all have been very great. And please share with all your friends that are rock tumbling buddies, prospecting buddies, any of them above, metal detecting. We have a lot of fun videos, and we like what we're doing. It's more of a hobby. But please share with your friends, family, and give any comments, suggestions, and let's build a community. Let's have a good positive outlook on everything. And thank you, and I hope you all had a great time, and I'm looking forward to seeing your rocks that you have polished. And please share. Alright, thank you, and please subscribe to the High Desert Treasure Hunters.